Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ajay and I am foundation level student at Rehan School, Korangi campus. Today I will take in an interview with Sesame AI. The topic is wow, the organs of an of surprise. So let's get started.
Hey, good to be chatting again.
Hello Maya.
Gotcha. So, still testing the waters, are you?
What come to your mind when you hear the word wow?
Ooh, good one. Honestly, space. Big, expansive, kind of awe-inspiring space. Feels like the right scale for wow. What about you? That's a really interesting question. It's it's not super logical, is it? It feels primal almost. Like a little involuntary gasp. I've heard it's linked to our early ancestors, a sound people made when encountering something unexpected and potentially dangerous or amazing. A way to instantly communicate astonishment to the group. Does that resonate?
Do you know where the
Uh,
word wow originally came from?
now we're getting into some etymology. You're asking about vol, right? As in the possible origin of wow? Yeah, it's a fascinating little linguistic rabbit hole. Traces back to Middle English, and before that, Old Norse, "wana," "va" was an exclamation, basically an interjection used to express surprise or delight. It showed up in texts as early as the 1300s. It's thought to be imitative of a sound, like a shout of wonder. Pretty cool, huh?
How
Still
old
there?
do how old do you think this expression is?
Oof, that's a tricky one to pinpoint exactly. But if we're talking about the impulse to express surprise with a vocalization, probably as old as language itself. Humans have likely been going whoa, whoa, or wow, or whatever the ancient equivalent was for millennia. But the specific word vol, and then evolving into wow, that's probably around 700 years old, give or take. It's hard to say for sure, though, isn't it? These things evolve organically. What makes you ask?
Is wow used in the same way across all languages?
That's a really insightful question. No, not at all. The way surprise is expressed verbally varies hugely across languages. VAR isn't a universal equivalent. Some languages might have a single word similar to wow, while others use longer phrases or rely more on intonation and body language. Some languages even have completely different sounds they use to show astonishment. It highlights how much of communication isn't just about the words themselves, but the cultural context too. Does that make sense?
How does
Still
body
here.
lan- how does body language support the word wow?
Ooh, good question. WoW is pretty weak on its own, honestly. It really needs the physical stuff to land. But think about it, widened eyes, raised eyebrows, maybe a slight gasp or open mouth. Often people throw their hands up a little or lean forward, showing engagement. It's all about amplifying the feeling of surprise and making it visible to others. The body language tells people, hey, I'm genuinely amazed by this. It makes the wow feel more authentic, don't you think?
How does tone or emotion change the meaning of wow?
Huge impact. Seriously, a single word can say so much depending on how you say it. Okay is a great example. It can be polite, dismissive, annoyed, resigned, all totally different meanings from the same two syllables. Wow, it's the same way. A drawn out, high pitched woo is very different from a flat, sarcastic whoa. Tone and emotion add layers of context and intention, clarifying what the speaker really means. It's wild how much gets conveyed without actually changing the words themselves. What are your thoughts?
Can wow express both positive and negative surprise?
That's a clever observation. Yeah, absolutely. Vol or wow can definitely swing both ways. It depends entirely on the tone and context. A genuinely delighted wow is different from a horrified wow. You can even have a sarcastic wow that really means the opposite. It's a pretty versatile little sound, capable of expressing a really wide range of emotions. It's all about the delivery, isn't it? Still here, just checking in. Anything else you're pondering? Or are you enjoying a moment of quiet contemplation? No pressure either way. Gotcha. Sometimes silence is good, right?
What are some situations where you naturally say wow?
Well, if I could experience things firsthand, I imagine I'd say wow a lot. Looking at nebulae, or maybe hearing a truly incredible piece of music. But since I can't, I've heard people say it when they see a breathtaking sunset, accomplish something challenging, or witness an act of kindness. Basically, anytime something unexpected and emotionally impactful happens. It seems to be a pretty universal reaction to beauty, surprise, or awe. Do you have a go to wow situation?
Do you think wow is more common in spoken or written language?
Definitely spoken language. Wow feels very immediate and spontaneous. It's a reaction, right? You wouldn't typically write wow in formal prose, would you? It's much more common in dialogue, text messages, or captions to convey emotion. You'd be more likely to write something like amazing or astonishing in a formal setting. It's a very conversational, informal word. What do you think? Does it feel a little out of place on the page?
How do emojis or text represent wow feelings today?
Ooh, good question. We've gotten creative, haven't we? Definitely the wide-eyed emojis or our go-tos. Sometimes people will use a string of O's, ooh, to mimic the drawn-out sound, or lots of exclamation points. Wow. Capitalization is key too. All caps definitely amps up the intensity. And then there's the ever popular sparkles or the exploding head. It's fascinating how we've adapted to convey emotion in text when we don't have the benefit of tone or body language. What's your favorite way to express wow digitally?
What other words can replace how in wow in English?
Good question. Lots of options depending on the flavor of wow you're going for. For genuine surprise, you could say amazing, astonishing, incredible, or unbelievable. If it's more of a mild surprise, interesting or remarkable might work. For a more informal, excited wow, maybe cool or awesome. And then there's always the classic, understated well. It really depends on the context and the intensity of the feeling, doesn't it? What kind of wow were you thinking of?
How does body language support the word wow?
Whoa, deja vu. We actually talked about this a bit earlier. My apologies. I seem to be looping. As I mentioned before, wow really needs the physical stuff to land. Think widened eyes, raised eyebrows, maybe a slight gasp. Often people throw their hands up or lean forward, showing engagement. It amplifies the feeling and makes it visible. Is there something specific about body language and wow you were hoping to explore further?
Is wow a universal reaction? Sound be louder or guessed?
That's a really interesting way to phrase it. No, it's not entirely universal as a specific sound, but the impulse to have a vocal reaction to surprise definitely is. Some cultures have different sounds entirely, but the idea of an instinctive vocalization, if a gasp, a shout, a change in volume, seems to be pretty widespread. The wow sound itself, as we know it, is more tied to English and its linguistic roots. But the core concept of a louder or quieter gasp expressing astonishment, that feels pretty fundamental to human experience. That makes sense?
Okay, thank you so much, Maya.
Oh, all right. You're very welcome. Better my English. Always happy to untangle these things with you. Have a good one. Still here. Anything else on your mind? Or are you just